State, Indiana, A&M, Bama, currently looking at first-round buys. A pair of SEC teams lurking just below in Georgia and Ole Miss. And after an 0-2 start, Notre Dame has climbed their way back into the conversation. In last year's opening bracket, it was Oregon as a no-brainer #1. You eye this top 25 and you feel like the committee really got things right. Coach, you look at it and one buzzword jumped out to you.
Yeah, parity in college football. Brady, I never saw this happening. I thought with the NIL and the playoff, I thought the rich would get richer and the poor would get poorer. That's not what happened. How about this? Out with the old. Clemson, LSU, Penn State, Florida State, and the Wolverines. Out. In with the new. Indiana, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech, Utah, Virginia, Vandy, Georgia Tech, and Memphis all have a shot at the college football playoff. I wish the playoff was around when I was coaching. And
we got Iowa.
And Iowa.
All right. Coach, he didn't believe that when he said that. He didn't believe that when he said that.
For me, what stood out to me was the Big 12. The Big 12 always talk about they don't get no love, and they got love. They got some respect put on their name in these initial rankings. 3 teams in the top 13, the 7th-ranked team, the 8th-ranked team, which sets up a big showdown between BYU and Texas Tech. And really, regardless of that outcome, the loser, the Big 12 looks to get 2 teams into the playoff, which finally, the Big 12 has some respect put on their name. We'll see what they do with it.
But I think it's interesting. My takeaway was really, it's an eye test for the committee right now. It's not based on resume. You could make the case that Indiana's got a better resume than Ohio State if you want to talk about the #1 team. They have a great win versus Oregon. They beat Illinois, a common opponent, by much more. They got a good win versus these Iowa Hawkeyes. And then you look at a team like my alma mater, Notre Dame. They're 8 spots ahead of Miami, a team they lost to. So you look at that and you ask yourself, like, why is Tennessee ranked right now? They beat 1 team with the winning record. Mizzou, 1 team with the winning record. It seems to be more of an eye test right now than actually look at what some of these teams have accomplished. I'm hoping that changes as things move forward, even though I would say Notre Dame's playing much better football right now than Miami is, obviously.
For me, it's the Big Ten, and do they have a shot of maybe getting a 4-team in? We know the top 3 teams in the top 10, and then there's a cluster of teams at the bottom half. SC had a win last night against Northwestern. You have number 20, Iowa, Michigan, Washington, and I think it just sets up for an incredible November because all of these teams play each other. Oregon has to go on the road to Washington. You have the game, Michigan, Ohio State, and I mentioned Oregon. They might have the most difficult stretch of any team in the Big Ten, and that starts today at Iowa. And Coach, you talk about the word parity. Why can't the Iowa Hawkeyes make a run to get to the college football playoff? Why not?
Why not, Matt?
Hey, they got one of the best defenses in the country. They got a quarterback who figures out how to run the football. Why not the Iowa Hawkeyes making a run?
Somebody's going to pick him later.
And an amazing home field advantage with this crowd behind them later today. Good Hands Report is sponsored by Allstate, celebrating 20 years of the Allstate Good Hands Nets program. We welcome in the Bear, Chris Felica. Bear, Texas is the program that intrigues you sitting at number 11. Why?
They really do. You look at the rankings and where they are right now at 11, ahead of Oklahoma like they should be. They already have a top 15 win over Vandy. They have a top 15 win over Oklahoma. They played number 1 Ohio State on the road to open the year. If the committee is serious about straight to schedule and non-conference scheduling, I think Texas is going to get in if they go 9-3. Think about what that means. If Texas goes 9-3, that either means A, they win next week on the road at Athens, Georgia, and beat the Bulldogs, or they beat a potentially undefeated Texas A&M team at the end of the year. I know it sounds crazy to think that a 9-3 team would be in the playoff, but I think that resume with Texas 9-3, I think they have a great chance of getting in.
Not a lot of Texas lovers here at Iowa this morning. Our friend Dave Portnoy could not be here today as he and the Barstool College football crew are on location at the Georgia-Mississippi State matchup. We welcome in Dave live from Starkville. They're sending you their best wishes. Dave, what was your first take on the first set of rankings?
Were they just booing me, Rob? What is going on? I'm the biggest Caitlin Clark fan in the world. They're booing me in Iowa? That's disgusting. I didn't have much of a take on it. Obviously, the He is in trouble, rightfully so, but a bunch of the guys have said it. That's what makes this playoff so great. It's all going to unfold over the next month or two. There's going to be knockout games. This isn't the old system where a lot of teams are eliminated. Anybody is in the hunt. I mean, I'm looking down that list. I see a certain team in Ann Arbor, Maize and Blue. They went out. They'll be in the playoffs. So that's the beauty of college football right now. It's wide open. It was pretty formful. I had no problems with it. I'm excited to see what the next month brings.